from Arkansas's #1 trusted source for weather. This is a severe weather alert.
Alrighty, good evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again, here to give you guys live coverage on the tornado possible storm up here in northwestern Arkansas at this current time. So we're going to go ahead and kind of take a look at this here. The reason why we kind of broke into the live stream right now is to kind of talk about this potential here. So this is going to be just to the south and west of Salem Springs. Double check, Kim, Heidi, you guys got me on the live stream. Double check and make sure that you guys can actually hear me. Audio's coming through and everything on the live stream. And if y'all can get, okay, audio's good, awesome. So like I said before, we've got this severe thunderstorm warning up here that's going to go until 1 o'clock in the morning. This storm is showing the potential of rotation. Let's go ahead and kind of take a look at this storm at this current time here. If you guys give me just a second, let me turn on some roadways. And I'm going to turn off the Arkansas, I'm going to turn this off so you guys kind of see what's going on. So the area of rotation right now is going to be just to the south and west of Salem Springs and just to the west and northwest of Cincinnati, or just to the west of downtown Fayetteville at this point. It is now crossing over from Oklahoma into Arkansas here. So right now, if you know anyone in the path of this storm, I realize it's after midnight. You might want to give them up, tell them what's going on, tell them to take their tornado precautions just to be on the safe side. Kim, I know you let me know, Kim or Heidi, I've got y'all in my earpiece. You guys are not going to hear them on air, but you are going to hear it from me specifically. Can you tell me exactly where that day 2 enhanced risk is while I'm tracking this right now? I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you, can you still hear me, Kim and Heidi? You pulling it up? Okay. Okay. So while we're working on getting that information up, because what's going to happen now is tomorrow you guys are going to get a live stream from me and Derek now to talk about the potential of significant severe weather as we move into your Easter time frame here. But for right now, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible up here in northwestern Arkansas. So this is going to go for Tonytown over towards Elm Springs, Johnson, Springdale, over towards the Huntsville area. Anyone in these areas, you might want to give them a heads up, tell them what's going on. We're going to continue to kind of monitor this storm as it continues to push off towards the east. This is what we call a QCS type situation where you have this brief tornado potential up here in northwestern Arkansas here. So let's go ahead and pull up the area of rotation, the rotation tool real quick. And this is where it's going to be. It's going to be just to the southwest of Salem Springs. You guys can see by the header of this title of the video, it is for severe weather coverage only up here in northwestern Arkansas right now. There's nothing else going on anywhere else in the state. Not in central, not in southern Arkansas, not in northeastern or eastern. This is going to be for our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. So Salem Springs, over towards M Springs, Johnson, Springdale, over towards the Huntsville area. Anyone in these areas, that includes Interstate 49 as well. Go ahead, just to be on the safe side here, take your tornado precautions here. Regardless of this producing a tornado threat, the damaging wind threat and the hail threat will be there with this storm here. But just as a precaution, this is why we go live, because of the situation where, you know, this is showing a good amount of rotation, especially after a couple of scans. We went on ahead and just kind of stepped into the live stream here. So my folks just southwest of Salem Springs, Springdale, Fayetteville, over towards, that's going to be for the Huntsville area. That's up here in Benton, Washington, and then I think that's going to go eventually into Madison County here. So keep an eye on this storm. Right now, just looking at this, it looks like the area of rotation is starting to broaden out a lot up here in northwestern Arkansas with this storm, which is great news. This is what we want to see. But as a precaution, just to be on the safe side, because it's after midnight, you don't have storm spotters up here, etc. We wanted to go ahead and give you guys a quick live stream kind of talking about this potential here. So while I have this track up and everything, Heidi or Kim, did you guys get that information pulled up about tomorrow, which is going to be your Sunday? Okay, awesome. So I'll go take a look at it real quick. And it looks like, okay, so the enhanced risk is going to go from Fayetteville, Mountain Home, all the way down towards Little Rock here. Can you guys give me the tornado potential with this? I'm fairly certain there's some sort of tornado potential with this down here. So there's now a day 2 enhanced risk for Arkansas, which we will talk about later on today, and we will have a live stream come Saturday evening to talk about this enhanced risk for Arkansas here. So severe weather once again, unfortunately, is coming back to play as we get into tomorrow here and into your Sunday time frame. But for right now, we're just keeping an eye on this particular storm up here in northwestern Arkansas. Like I said before, good news up here. The rotation is starting to broaden out, which is great news. This is starting to become what we call kind of bowed out. In this kind of, you can see the bow echo kind of starting to shape up with the storm. So what this is going to mean is, number one, your tornado threat will start to decrease, but your damaging wind threat will start to increase. So keep that in mind. Remember, severe weather is not just tornadoes. It's damaging winds, it's hail, etc. So that's good news in terms of the tornado threat. It's bad news when you talk about the potential of seeing damaging winds. Also, another thing here is, it feels very soupy outside right now. It is midnight, 75 degrees here in the weather center right now here. It feels very, very early June-like here in Arkansas. So the moisture is coming back, etc. That's what's going to lead for the potential of seeing some possibly significant severe weather as we move into your Easter time frame here. So right now, the live stream is going to continue until this severe thunderstorm warning tornado possible has been dropped. I want to stress right now that we are not expecting significant severe weather here in Arkansas tonight. This is for our folks up in northwestern Arkansas. The tornado threat is very, very, very low. That doesn't mean it's non-zero. So keep that in mind for our folks up here in Solid Springs, Fayetteville, Benton, Washington counties. I do believe that severe thunderstorm watch that is in place goes till 3 a.m. All right, so we are going to be watching this for a few more hours, etc. Right now, just looking at this, it looks like this is mainly going to be a damaging wind problem. We could take a look. That's not going to be your hail size. Let's take a look at your wind. There's your wind potential with this here. So right now, almost 70-mile-per-hour winds coming into the Solid Springs area here. So I wouldn't be shocked if the power outages started to increase up here in northwestern Arkansas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. We're going to go back to the normal way you look at the radar here. And we're going to kind of take this out here, okay? So this is Fayetteville. There's Interstate 49. That's Benton, Washington County. This is going to be moving to the east, right around, let's give it about 40 miles per hour. So Springdale, the M Springs area, Johnson, Tonytown, over towards Huntsville. Like I said before, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Give these folks a heads up. Tell them, hey, we're watching this storm. It's not tour warned, but we're going to keep an eye on it as it continues to move off towards the east here. So I'm getting tagged in here. Yes, so it is 10% tornado risk up there from Fayetteville, Harrison to Mount Home. That's going to go for your Easter Sunday. And then your damaging wind threat comes all the way down to the Little Rock area here. So, yes, we will have to go into severe weather alert day as we move into your Easter Sunday, unfortunately. We did talk about the potential over the last couple of days here, but for right now, until we get to that point, we are going to continue to keep an eye on this severe thunderstorm up here in northwestern Arkansas. Like I said before, main threat's going to be for the potential of 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, and that tornado threat. We could take a look. Let's take a look at our rotation strength real quickly here. You see us use this product a lot, and it is showing some good amount of rotation up here just to the south and east of Solid Springs, or just to the north and east of the community of Cincinnati up here in northwestern Arkansas. Gonna keep an eye on this, okay? This is gonna continue to move off towards the east and northeast here. So I'm gonna put a new track on this storm here, and that's just gonna go for this broad area of rotation, and we're gonna track it to the east at about 40 miles per hour. So Tonytown, this is gonna go north, by the way, of downtown Fayetteville. So I want to make this clear for my folks in Fayetteville. Hang tight, kind of watch the storm. But for right now, it looks like the tornadic part looks to be just to the west and northwest of Fayetteville. Which is funny up here because next week we get a weather camera, a 24/7 weather camera up here in Solid Springs. So we'll be able to kind of keep an eye on this up here. And also another thing is power outages have skyrocketed from 300 to now over 1,000 customers without power for our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. So this is going to be your track from Springdale, Johnson, over towards the Goshen area, over towards Hindensville. If I pronounced that wrong, I do apologize. This is going to continue to move out towards the east at about 40 miles per hour. Hopefully, this is a situation where the rotation begins to kind of die off, and this becomes more of a damaging wind problem instead of a tornado problem, which, I mean, it's a double-edged sword at the end of the day. But regardless, we are going to have to keep an eye on here because I am still seeing a good amount of rotation here. Now, when we talk about the rotation here, and you see this product a lot, not only here at Arkansas Weather Watchers, but, if you watch TV, you'll watch other weather sources, stuff like that, you'll see this product. It's called the rotation detection or your velocity. Basically, what's going on is you see the green and the red kind of pretty much touching each other, right? That's where you want to look for the tornado potential, okay? So the red represents winds going away from the radar. So you're looking at this from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, you're looking at this from that radar. All right, so you see the red here. So the red is going away from the radar site. So your winds from the backside is coming in, and then you've got winds going in towards the radar. That's where your green is, and you get this circulation right in here. So that's where that tornado potential is going to be. So for our folks in Springdale, anyone that's traveling on Interstate 49 right now, over towards the Huntsville area, keep an eye on this storm. Like I said before, the tornado possible tags. It's not an official tornado warning, but the tornado possible tag is going to continue until 1 o'clock this morning here. So Heidi and Kim, I think I've got Erica here as well. This is about 1 o'clock in the morning. Our staff has just kind of, we had some people overnight kind of keeping an eye on things here. Have y'all heard anything in terms of any reports or anything like that? I see the risk for today as well. Still a slight risk. The tornado risk over there in western Arkansas, which we'll talk about in the morning. But have you guys seen anything in terms of any reports? You haven't seen anything? Okay, nothing showing up there, which is great news. Haven't seen anything on Twitter or anything like that, which is great news as well. So, every time we do one of these, situations where we have to go live for severe weather or tornadoes, we want to hear a situation of like, hey, there's no damage or there's no reports or anything like that. I know earlier on, before I went live, I was kind of looking at the coverage up there at KNWA. Dan Scoff does an amazing job. I know one of their cameras up there kind of showed the lowering, and that kind of gave me the red flag, like, hey, we might let's go ahead and go live. Let's go ahead and kind of give you guys an update here. So, but yeah, right now I haven't heard anything in terms of this thing being on the ground or anything like that. I will double check and make sure that we're not seeing anything right now here. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything. I haven't heard any reports or anything like that, which is great news. Just double checking a couple things here. I think we're good. I haven't heard anything or gotten any reports into the weather center or anything like that, which is great, which is awesome. But we're still going to keep an eye on this. I would not be shocked, by the way, if they continue this severe thunderstorm, tornado possible, probably further to the east. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this off for just a second, and I'm going to do this. And this is going to show if I can get this to work with me. Not sure if it's going to work with me or not. I don't think it is. Okay, give me just a second. And 1 second. Okay, so I know where it is. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is, because I know there's a lot of people that are going to come in, they're going to ask where this is county-wise and everything like that. So if you give me just a second, I am going to get that information taken care of for you guys. So, okay. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do that one. Okay, so that one's already in here. Okay, awesome. So there we go. So your counties are on here now. So I've got that taken care of here. So that's going to be Benton County up here. This is going to be Washington County as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you guys give me just 1 second, because I'm running this off of the second computer and our backup weather center right now in our primary weather center right now here, given the fact that this is a kind of like a last second deal up here in Northwestern Arkansas. So if you guys give me just a second, I got to kind of match our stuff up with this. So I'm going to make the counties pop off now. There we go. All right. So now the counties are showing on here. So you guys kind of see what's going on up here in northwestern Arkansas here. Okay, so this is Benton County, that's Washington County, this is going to be Madison, and this is going to be Carroll County up here. So kind of keep this in mind here. This is where the tornadic storm is up here in northwestern Arkansas right now. It's kind of riding along the Washington Benton County area. I wouldn't be shocked if they continue this severe thunderstorm warning for pause going into Washington County, going into northern Madison County and into Carroll County at this current time here. So we'll keep an eye on it. Right now, still showing a good amount of rotation here. Let's go ahead and kind of zoom down on this. The area of rotation right now is going to be on County Road 867, or just to the south and west of Robinson Road. This is up here in Benton County. This is east of Salem Springs, west and northwest of downtown Fayetteville. This is southwest of the community of Tonytown. This is southwest of Elm Springs, and this is southwest of Springdale up here in northwestern Arkansas. So to repeat, this is not in central, this is not in northeast Arkansas or anything like that. It even says it in the title. This is going to go for our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to put this at about 40 miles per hour. Tonytown, Johnson, Springdale. Make sure you take your tornado precautions immediately. Anyone that's traveling on 412 right now, Interstate 49, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions. And when we talk about that too, that's getting to that center, the lowest part of your home, putting as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and getting to that lowest, most interior part of your home whenever you deal with a situation like this. And I fully understand there's not a tornado warning with this. You know, your phones aren't going off with a big flashing red polygon. Folks, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, and it needs to be treated like a tornado because it has what's called a tornado possible tag with this. And you can see it as clear as day just on the southern end of Benton County and the northwestern part of Washington County up here in northwestern Arkansas. This is going to continue to move on towards the east. My folks in central Arkansas that's watching this, my folks in southern Arkansas that's watching this, rest easy that this is not going to be a threat for Little Rock or Hot Springs or anywhere in those areas. Even for my folks in Fayetteville, just kind of hang tight. I think this is going to pass to your west and northwest. However, you have people that live even in the Lowell area up here, the Springdale area, the Johnson area up here in northern Washington County and southern Benton County. Let's go ahead, get them up. I understand it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and folks are going to wake up. They're going to be like, why did you wake me up for something that's not toll warned? It's because it has that potential, it has that area of rotation, and it can easily do it here, guys. So we're going to see what ends up happening downstream here. I'm going to keep an eye on a couple of things. Right now, let's see, that's going to be here. I'm watching the iDrive camera west of the Tonytown. It's got lots of lightning in it. Thank you so much, Heidi, for letting me know about that. So I will do this, and I'm going to get some weather cameras up. And like I said before, what's funny is we're going to have a weather camera up here in Salem Springs next week to kind of show you guys what's going on with this, with these types of storms and everything. So let me see here. I'm gonna pull a camera. That might be a good one. So this was. Wait, do what, Heidi? What'd you say? Pedro. Okay, you may have to guide me a little bit because I'm not sure where. Give me a general area. Is it near the Lowell area for Fayetteville? Because that sounds like a very. Okay, so Tony. Okay, so okay, got it. Oh, okay, it's gonna be that one right here on 412. 412. Okay, so let me do this. All right, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go ahead, and that's looking westbound right now. So that's a ton of lightning with that particular storm here. That's, like I said, that's gonna be just looking west, kind of near the Tonytown area right now here. So right now, I do want to stress, and there is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like they're going to. Okay, so they got rid of the tornado possible tag. It is now 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail with that storm. So what's going to happen is we are going to break away for Facebook and YouTube. Now, I want to stress this. My folks that are watching this on Roku, that are watching this on our 24/7 stream on YouTube, keep in mind that we have Fire Stick Fire TV, we have Roku, that's 24/7, and we have a live stream on YouTube as well. That's 24/7. If one of my guys can get that link in the comments, please keep that in mind here. Okay, just because we break away from Facebook doesn't mean that we don't have coverage going on here. So if you have a Roku device, their Fire TV device, you can go download our app, Arkansas Weather Watchers. It's gonna have, excuse me, it's gonna have constant radar, constant information, constant warnings and stuff like that. So even going to give you information on the ongoing severe weather risk for your weekend here. So as it stands right now, okay, this severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible, has been dropped. What we're going to do here for Facebook, we are going to break away temporarily for just a little bit. If this goes toward warrant, I want to make this crystal clear, and I probably hang on for another, let's give it about 105. I'm going to let a couple more scans come in before we do anything. If this goes to a warrant up here, then we will break in, we will come back and stuff like that. But I want to make that crystal clear that we have other resources that you guys can utilize. If you have a Roku device, if you have a Fire TV, if you have YouTube, we have 24/7 constant streaming on here as well. So just keep that in mind here. But for right now, I'm gonna let this sit from 105 here, and what I can do real fast is, since that is no longer tornado possible, here's what we're going to do here, Arkansas. Okay, for just a brief period, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the day 2 risk. Okay, and I'm going to zoom this out, and I'm going to turn off radar for just a moment. Heidi and Kim, that goes to a warn. You let me know as soon as possible. Okay, hope you guys hear me. But that goes to a warn. You let me know. But for right now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys about Easter, because there's a lot of people that are watching this right now that are trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna take off this for just a little bit, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to the risk, and this is gonna go for day 2, and we're gonna talk about this for just a moment. It's gonna be coming up here in just a second. Okay, this is your risk for your Easter Sunday. I want to make this crystal clear. This is not for Saturday. This is for your Easter Sunday. I'm talking about this right now because there's a lot of people that are watching this right now that are trying to figure out what to do for Easter, etc. here. But this is your level 3 now, from Little Rock, Waldron, Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Harrison, Cherokee Village, over towards Searcy, Conway, Russellville. You have that level 3 now for the potential of seeing the potential of damaging winds, large hail, and there is that tornado potential up there, especially the closer you get to the Arkansas-Missouri border. So we're going to keep an eye on a couple of things here. We are planning on going live Saturday evening, not tonight, but going into Saturday evening here. We'll have a time on the page and everything like that once this is done. But we are planning on doing that as we move into tomorrow here. So to repeat, we do have a level 3 for your Easter Sunday. So those that are watching this, wake up first thing in the morning. You are going to see it on the page. You might want to give folks a heads up, especially if they got stuff going on right now here. So right now, what we're going to do, and like I said, I think we're pretty good. I'm not seeing any reports of this thing going to a warrant. Have Heidi, Kim, have y'all heard anything right now? Looks like that rotation is trying to get back going. Let's hang tight for a little bit. I want to see what this is going to do near the Tonytown area, because I don't want to drop this and this thing ends up going to a warrant up here in Northwestern Arkansas. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Let's go for 115. If this dies off by 115, I think we're going to be good. But if this continues, then there could be a tornado warning for the Tonytown area, or towards Springdale, etc. here. So anyone in these areas, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions, regardless if this thing's a severe thunderstorm warning or not. Right now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to the rotation strength. And right now, it looks like it's still showing a good amount of rotation just to the south and west of Elm Springs near the Tonytown area. I'm going to go ahead and look at the iDrive camera real fast. And what we're going to do is this, because I want to get a little bit more of a western view of the sky. I want to see something real quick. This one is pretty. Let's do this one. The one on Interstate 49. Okay, so that one's looking southbound. Excuse me. So see if I can get one that's looking, that's north. That's north one as well. Let's see if we can get one looking west. I don't think we've got one. Actually, you know what? That might be a good one because that one's looking north. So if there is an area of rotation, you'll see it on the screen. So that one's on Interstate 49 near the Watkins area. And I'm going to leave that up, and we're going to see it because what's going to happen is this camera is looking north. So if there were to be a lowering or a tornado or anything like that, you're going to see it kind of go across the screen. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Like I said, funny enough, kind of shout out to K9 Joint Forces up here in Northwestern Arkansas. We are getting a 24/7 weather camera up there that will be able to kind of look and see when, especially with situations like this. So right now, I'm gonna hang tight until 1:15 to see what ends up happening with this particular storm. Heidi or Kim, I'm checking Discord as frequently as possible. Right now, I haven't heard anything. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Heidi or Kim, have y'all heard anything? In terms of this thing like being on the ground or anything like that? I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything so far. So I haven't seen anything right now, but we'll keep an eye on it here. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep an eye on this particular storm. I'm gonna clock it at about 40 miles per hour. Okay, so that's gonna be at Tonytown and Springdale. Springdale and Tonytown, just kind of stay where you are. Give those folks a heads up. They haven't, neither of them have seen anything in terms of reports or anything like that, which is great news. I will follow up. Because I have a couple of friends up here in Northwestern Arkansas. I haven't seen anything in terms of anything on the ground or anything right now, which is great news. I'm going to hang tight because that area of rotation is still there and it's pretty strong. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Just trying to follow up and see what's going on up here in Northwestern Arkansas. Alright, so yeah, so we can kind of keep an eye on this. Give me just 1 second here. Pretty much what I'm doing right now, folks, I'm trying to figure out. I've got a few friends up here in Northwestern Arkansas, just trying to get a visual and see what's going on up here right now. Fortunately, whenever you deal with a situation like this, no news is good news. I want to make that clear. But right now, I haven't heard anything. I'm looking at Twitter. I'm looking at Facebook. I'm looking at kind of all my sources right now. I haven't heard anything about this thing being on the ground or anything like that. And it looks like what's going on, and we can kind of take a look. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. So this is going to be your area of rotation here. Let's go up higher in the atmosphere, and it is showing some rotation higher up in the atmosphere too. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to hang tight to about 115, and then we're going to go from there. Because right now, this thing is still showing a good amount of rotation. It's broad in nature. I want to stress right now, you're looking from the perspective here, you're looking from Tulsa. So there's your winds going away from the radar, and then you got winds going towards the radar right now here. So it's showing a good amount of rotation. Hence why I'm still live right now here. And like I said, folks that are going to come in are going to be like, why is he live for? Severe thunderstorm warning, etc. Is because this is exhibiting some strong rotation up here in northern Washington County here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over to our rotation strength real quick. I'm really shocked this is not forewarned. Obviously no disrespect to Tulsa or anything like that. I'm really shocked this is not forewarned right now. So what we're gonna do for our folks in Tonytown and Springdale, let's treat this, especially for anyone that's traveling along Interstate 49 right now, let's treat this as this thing was a tornado warning right now, folks. Go ahead and give them a heads up, tell them what's going on, and tell them to take their tornado precautions immediately. I understand. You're going to get a lot of skeptical folks out there. They're going to be like, oh, it's just severe warn. He's hyping, stuff like that. We're not doing all that here. This is showing a good amount of rotation. It's actually getting to the point where it's almost approaching what's called the strong level, the rotation strength. It's at the higher end of weak, which means that it is showing a good amount of rotation on radar. So we're going to keep an eye on it here. Just around that M Springs area, Tonytown area, the Springdale area. I'm going to tilt this, and I'm going to zoom down and kind of look at this at a perspective. So that's going to be Highway 112 up here. There's Tonytown. Let's see. That's gonna be Scott Street. Excuse me. That's going to be County Road 906, West Baker Avenue. This is where I'm going to keep an eye on that tornado potential. This is just to the west of Springdale, north of Tonytown, south of Elm Springs right now. Going to keep an eye on it here. I'm really shocked that this thing is not tool warned. Unless Tulsa is seeing something that I'm not. I'm really shocked that this thing's not tool warned right now. So there is some good news with this. It's broadening out. I want to make that clear that it is starting to try to broaden out a little bit, which is great news in terms of the tornado threat. I'm just gonna hang tight for a little bit longer. I'm not comfortable getting off the live stream right now, given that this thing could easily go toll worn or produce a tornado or anything like that. Fortunately, it is moving. What we can do here is I'm gonna take off the radar for just a moment. This is a new product that we have here in Arkansas Weather Watchers here, sponsored by Yates Maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this coming up here in just a second. And give me just a little bit. It's going to be coming up here in just a little bit. All right. So this is going to be our current cap strength here. And this storm, when I have the track on it, by the way, of where that area of rotation is right now, this particular storm is moving into an area. Let's take a look at the capping real quickly here. The cap is it's not terribly strong and it's not terribly weak up here, so it's running into some capping up here, which pretty much what that means here. And I can take a look at this. And, you know what's funny is there's a hang on, what you got for me, Heidi? Okay, so low level lapse rates are about a 6, so yeah, so the LCOs are around a 5, so it's in a pretty good environment right now, that it could produce a tornado in any given moment here. We do have, I'm talking to Zach Hardcastle right now. Frankie Shepard, he's a great guy of mine. He's on that storm right now, so I'm gonna hang tight. I'm really shocked that this thing is not tool warned right now. I'm really shocked that this thing is not tool warned right now. So we're looking at the RDOT camera right now. You're looking north into that storm. For folks that are going to try to get out and see it, all you're going to see is just a wall of rain and wind. That's all you're going to see right now. So we're going to hang tight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on things right now here. Apparently, let me go and take a look at a couple of things here. Let's go to, I'm going to go to Springdale real quick. Okay, so there's no RDOT cameras over here. It's looking southbound right now. So there's a storm moving over the area. Let's take a look at that real quickly here. I want to get one that's doing this. Okay, that might be your best view right now from Elm Springs. Let's go ahead and zoom down. I'm going to go over to the rotation real quick. And there's the area of rotation here. So there's the Elm Springs camera. You're looking north. So what I need to do is from that area, there's Springdale, there's Elm Springs, there's Tonytown. I need to find a camera that's looking north right now. That's going to be your best view of the storm, looking into it right now, because you're looking at these RDOT cameras looking north into the storm. Gonna keep an eye on it. Right now, like I said before, I'm gonna hang tight for just a little bit longer and see what Tulsa does. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a new track. Your area of rotation is pretty much just to the west of Springdale, and I'm gonna plot this at about 40 miles per hour here. Okay, so my folks up here in Northwestern Arkansas, I'm Chief Forecaster Cameron. We're kind of keeping an eye on the storm that's not forewarned. It's severe thunderstorm doesn't even have a tornado possible tag with it. It just shows what's going on right now here. So this is going to be near the Springdale area. Springdale is going to be right on top of you coming up now. And then it's going to be moving towards the Berryville area. So fortunately, it's going to move into a very rural area up here in southern Benton and northern Washington counties. However, it just went to a warning. Thank you so much, Heidi. So we now have a tornado warning. Is it going to go for this area? Give me just 1 second. It should be coming up here in just a second. That's why I stayed live. I had a gut feeling that this thing was going to yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is. There's a tornado warning here. So if you could do me a favor, I'm gonna go ahead and send an alert out on the app. Heidi, I don't have you in here via audio, but we do have a tornado warning that is in effect for our folks in Northwestern Arkansas. So Right now, if you know anyone in these areas, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, as many walls to you and the outside as possible here up here in northwestern Arkansas. We've been live for about 30 minutes now talking about the storm up here. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and send this out. If you guys give me just 1 second here, I'm going to send this out via the page. And give me just a second here. So, if you guys can do me a big favor, if you're watching this right now, get this information out as urgent as possible, guys. Okay, so I'm sending a push notification out on the app. So if you know anyone in these areas, if you know anyone up there in northwestern Arkansas, they need to take their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to you and the outside as possible, and get to that lowest, most interior part of your home immediately at this time here. So if you guys give me just a second, I'm gonna let Derek in here. If he's, I don't even know if he's here or not. Let me go make sure. Give me 1 second, guys. So I'm gonna go take care of this. And just to be on the safe side here, we're going to be good to go. Okay, so give me 1 second. All right, so we're good to go just in case he arrives here. Because this is kind of a situation where we have a tornado warning up here in northwestern Arkansas. So let's take a look at this tornado warning storm at this current point. Tornado warning is going to go until 1:45 for our folks in Benton, Madison, Carroll, and Washington counties. If you know anyone in these areas up here in northwestern Arkansas, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest, most center part of your home immediately at this current time here. So tornado warning does include the Lowell area, Perry Creek, Lost Bridge Village, Springdale, the Johnson area. So anyone in these areas, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions now. Get away from windows, put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to that lowest, most interior part of your home immediately at this current time here, guys. Okay, so if you guys give me just a second here, I'm gonna confirm and make sure that we're live on Roku. So if you guys give me just a minute, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make sure that we are live on Roku right now. So, Roku's good? Okay. Okay, awesome. I see it now. So, all right. So, like I said before, anyone up here in this area, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest center part of your home immediately here. So, to repeat, we do now have a tornado warning up here in northwestern Arkansas. If you guys give me just a second, and we're going to do this. I'm going to switch the title over here to tornado warning coverage up here in northwestern Arkansas. All right, and give me just a second here. I'm going to go ahead and get this going, and we're going to be good to go. Okay, so now we're good up here, and we're going to be we're going to keep an eye on this situation here in northwestern Arkansas here. So for right now, we don't have any chasers in the area or anything like that. This is kind of a situation that we talked about earlier on today, that we said, hey, we'll have to watch for that tornado potential up here in northwestern Arkansas. It was going to be an isolated threat, but that threat was there here, especially for our folks up here from Benton County, Washington County, Madison County, over towards that's going to go for our folks up here in the Marion County, etc. area. So my folks up here in northwestern Arkansas, if you know anyone in these areas, take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to yourself and the outside as possible. There's going to be your track. Lowell's coming at you in the next 3 minutes. Get there, okay? Eureka Springs, you've got time, but it's not a lot. It's going to be coming at you at 1:50. Berryville at 2 o'clock. Green Forest at 2:08. Oak Grove at 2:11. And then Blue Eye coming at you at about 2:15 this morning here. So going to continue to keep an eye on this. The tornado warning itself is going to go until 1:45. It is now observed. We now have a situation up here in northwestern Arkansas. As of 1:17, a confirmed tornado was located 3 miles southeast of Lowell, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Broadcast media has confirmed this tornado up here. This is going to go along Interstate 49 between mile markers 69 and 81. So if I need you guys to do me a big favor that is watching this live stream right now, hit that share button as much as possible here, guys. Let's get this live stream out like we normally do. If it was in Central Arkansas, etc., let's give these folks up here in northwestern Arkansas that same coverage. Tornado warning is now confirmed up here in northwestern Arkansas. So I want to repeat, the tornado warning up here, there is now a confirmed tornado on the ground up here in northwestern Arkansas. So if you know anyone in these areas, they need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to you in the outside as possible, and get to that lowest center part of your home immediately at this current time here. So to repeat, we now have a tornado on the ground up here in northwestern Arkansas. So what I'm going to do here is, if you guys give me just 1 second, I'm going to tag everyone on Discord here. Tornado warning coverage in northwestern Arkansas. Okay. All right. So we've got that taken care of here. So that's going to be the situation up here. Like I said before, make sure that you take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here. So, give me a second. This in. Hang on. All right, got it. All right, so we're good to go. We've got that taken care of here. So I'm just trying to alert as many people as possible up here in northwestern Arkansas. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna put this new track. So what we're doing is I'm focusing on where the area of rotation is. Obviously, you're gonna have a damaging wind threat. Obviously, you're gonna have a hail threat, heavy rain, lightning, etc. But what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of focusing more on the tornado threat, because we do have a confirmed tornado up here in northwestern Arkansas. So my folks, if you live in these areas, I need you to go ahead and get to your tornado safe spots immediately. That's going to go for Berryville, Green Forest, Oak Grove, and also the Blue Eye area up here in northwestern Arkansas. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn on the counties. If you guys give me just a second, that's going to go for Benton, Washington, Madison, and Carroll counties up here in northwestern Arkansas. So anyone in these areas, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. Get to that center, most interior part of your home immediately at this time. I understand it is 1 o'clock in the morning. A lot of folks are not going to be watching this coverage, etc. If y'all can do me a big favor, hit that share button. It doesn't cost you a penny. It doesn't sign you up for anything. There's no cost. What you will be doing, if I have a lot of people when we have these tornado warning coverage, always ask, what can we do to help out? What can we do to get the word out, etc. Hit that share button. Tag folks. If you know anyone up here in northwestern Arkansas, I understand it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to bug them, but this is a situation that you have a tornado on the ground up here in southern Benton County. If you know anyone in these areas, give them a heads up immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. Get to that center, most interior part of your home immediately. To repeat, there is a tornado on the ground here, confirmed by broadcast media. This is on the ground, south and east of the Lowell area, north and east of Springdale. This is why we stayed live up here until we got an official tornado warning here. That's why I was kind of hanging on a little bit to kind of see what was going on. But we have a confirmed tornado just to the south and east of Lowell, north and east of Springdale, moving east at around 46 miles per hour. That's going to go for our folks in northern Madison. That's going to go for our folks in eastern Benton County, northeastern Washington County, and this will eventually make its run into Carroll County at this current time here. So folks in this area, that's Berryville, Green Forest, Oak Grove, Eureka Springs, give these folks a heads up. Tell them to take their tornado precautions immediately at this time here. But to repeat, this is what we've got at this current point here. So this is what we have just to the east of the Lowell area. My folks up here, let me go ahead and do this, and we'll zoom down. Not taking anything away from this track. This is a cool thing that I can do here, is I can keep the track up, and I can give you guys some sort of road network. So right now, the area of rotation is going to be near Hidden Valley Road. It's moving to the east. That's northeast, excuse me. I said east. It's moving northeast, excuse me, at about 45, 46 miles per hour. Eureka Springs, Berryville, Green Forest, Oak Grove, Blue Eye. Take your tornado precautions now. Get away from windows. Put as many walls for yourself, the outside as possible. Get to that lowest center part of your home immediately at this current time. And that's what I had said before. That's why we're doing the weather camera project. because, next week we've got that camera going up in Solid Springs. That's why we're doing it for this particular situation when you don't have a chaser out there, but you can use those weather cams to kind of keep an eye on certain situations up here in the northwestern Arkansas here. So to repeat, my folks in Benton and Carroll counties, this is a situation where a tornado is on the ground here. As a matter of fact, it has switched from on the ground to now radar indicated, but that doesn't matter, okay? We're going to treat this as this thing is still on the ground. It's still doing damage. Let's go ahead, seek shelter now. If you know anyone in Berryville, Green Forest, Oak Grove, Blue Eye, let's go ahead, get them into that same spot. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible and get to that lowest, most interior part of your home immediately at this current time here, okay? So, like I said before, like I do realize it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We got a lot of people that are asleep, etc. If y'all could do me a big favor, I don't know how many people we have on Facebook right now across the board. If y'all can do me a huge favor and hit that share button. If you're on Facebook right now, YouTube, you're doing great. Facebook, if you hit that share button, that'll be awesome, because what's going to happen is folks up here in northwestern Arkansas, if they don't have coverage, they don't know what's going on, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, this will help get this information out. So it doesn't cost a penny to hit that share button if you're watching this right now. Even if you're in Little Rock or you're in Hot Springs, you're in El Dorado, Jonesboro, anywhere in Arkansas that's watching this, if you hit that share button, you have the potential of getting this information out to somebody that might live in Benton County, that might live in Carroll County, etc. So, like I said before, folks, tornado warning still remains in effect until 1:45 this morning. Just going to continue to kind of keep an eye on a couple of things here. Right now, I know outside of the broadcast media thing, we do see that it could have been on the ground here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to our debris detection real quickly here. We're going to loop this for just a little bit, and it looks like for that brief moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over just a little bit. Okay, so when it went troll warned, looks like for that brief second, and I'm going to match this up with the rotation strength here. So rotation strength is going to be coming up here, rotation attention, excuse me, it's going to be coming up here just a little bit. Okay, so it looks like for that brief second, we're just looking at this. Right now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the rotation on here, and I'm going to put it right here, okay? So what we're going to do is we have that up. I'm going to go over at the exact same time to the rotation, the debris signature, and it looks like for a brief second for our radar scan, it looks like we more than likely had a tornado on the ground up here, just to the east of the Lowell area up here in northwestern Arkansas. This is why we hung on. This is why the tornado warning coverage continued. We didn't break away because of the situation where this thing went forewarned. We were going to be here, guys. So it looks like we did have a confirmed tornado up here via radar. Broadcast media up here. I'm fairly certain it's probably KNWA up there. Dan Scoff and Josh Rugger, they do an amazing job covering northwestern Arkansas. I'm fairly certain one of their cameras may have caught that tornado on air. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this, but yeah, I fully see where that could have been a tornado right there, where your CC drop up there just to the east of the Lowell area here. So we'll keep in, like I said, we'll figure out over the next day or so what happened up here in northwestern Arkansas. But regardless, right now as it stands, the tornado warning still remains in effect until 1:45. There is some good news with this. Okay, the area of rotation itself is starting to broaden out, which is amazing news. That's something that we want to see. It's going to be right in here. It's going to be right along County Road 96 up here. This is going to be south and east of Perry Creek up here in northwestern Arkansas. I don't know why I said Perry Grove or something like that earlier, but it's Perry Creek. It's going to be right around County Road 96 right now, just south of Highway 12. Right now, just kind of keep an eye on everything here. The area of rotation is still there. It's not as impressive as it once was. Now, keep in mind, when you have a situation like this, where it went from this thing being on the ground, had the great rotation, I'm hearing a lot of reports of power flashes with this, to now the rotation looks like it's starting to broaden out. These types of storms, what they could do is they can recycle themselves and they can become stronger. So that's why you kind of want to hang tight if you are under this tornado warning right now here. So anyone that lives along County Road 96, some good news now. Looks like the rotation is becoming even more broadened out, which means that if this continues, that the tornado warning may be dropped. and then we'll go back to regular programming across the area here. So right now, Ingram Place Road, that's going to be Pine Creek Road, Pine Creek Hollow Road up here. That's High Sky End Road up here in northwestern Arkansas. This is in southern Benton County. This is south of Highway 12. Looks like the area of rotation is still there, but it is nowhere near as impressive as it was earlier on. So let's take this back. You can see just to the southeast of the Lowell area, north and east of Springdale, more than likely that this thing produced a tornado right in here. And then what happened is, as it moved off towards the north and east, went into that stronger cap. Now the environment is starting to break that rotation apart. So that's good news. That is what we want to see. We don't want to see this rotation pick back up or do any destruction or anything like that. We want a situation where this is kind of broadening out and everything like that here. So the tornado warning itself is going to go until 1:45. Severe thunderstorm warning still remains in effect until 1:45 as well. And that's pretty much it for right now, Arkansas. We've got a couple of areas out here in eastern Oklahoma that we will keep an eye on. But for right now, everybody else across the state, and we can kind of take a brief look on what's going on across the area. Right now, our focus is up here in northwestern Arkansas. We don't have much of anything going on across central, eastern, or southern Arkansas. What I can do for just a little bit is show you the capping in place. You can notice your cap is eroded up here in northwestern Arkansas, but you got a very strong cap from eastern, central, and southern Arkansas. So if you're watching this right now in Little Rock or Hot Springs or Conway or any areas that have recently been impacted by severe weather in central or eastern Arkansas, rest assured that you are good to go. This is a northwestern Arkansas issue up here right now. If you're just now tuning in, I am Chief Forecaster Cameron. We're here to give you guys tornado warning coverage. This is a situation where you had a tornado on the ground up here in northwestern Arkansas. Just based off of the latest couple of scans, it does look like that the area of rotation has started to die off. We're not going to sound the all clear just yet because this can easily pick back up. But it does look like the area of rotation has kind of died off, which is amazing news. It was a situation where a tornado touched down, they left it back, and that was it. Hopefully, there was no significant injuries or anything like that. But we did have confirmed reports of power flashes. As a matter of fact, looking at the power outage totals right now, we're looking at 1,323 customers without power at this current time here. Okay, so the tornado warning still remains in effect. I see here for northeastern Washington County has been canceled. The tornado thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. Severe thunderstorm watch continues till 3 o'clock in the morning. The tornado warning remains in effect for northeastern Benton, northwestern Madison, and west central Carroll counties up here. This storm is moving to the northeast at 35 miles per hour here. So I'm going to go back to the normal way that we look at the normal way you would look at radar on your phones, etc. I'm going to put a track right through here. I'm going to move it about 35 miles per hour. Let me take a retrack real fast. And I'm going to do it for the entire storm. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm going to clock it. There we go. I'm clocking let's go about 50 miles per hour. Okay. And I'm going to tilt it to where it does this. Okay. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So Lost Bridge Village, Garfield, Gateway, Eureka Springs, Beaver, and then Holiday Island up here. And that is going to be in Carroll County up here in northwestern Arkansas. So anyone in these areas here, tornado warning still remains in effect until 1:45 this morning. Take your tornado precautions now. Get away from windows, put as many walls to yourself and the outside as possible, and get to that lowest center part of your home immediately at this current time here, folks. I want to make this crystal clear up here in northwestern Arkansas. Now it looks like the tornado warning has dropped. Tornado warning has been dropped for northwestern Arkansas. So this is some great news. What we're going to do here for just a little bit, kind of ease minds, because I know there's a lot of folks that are waking up. They're seeing tornado warning. They're, obviously they're freaking out, trying to figure out what's going on. Let's give you guys a statewide view on what's going on at this current point. The tornado warning for northwestern Arkansas has been dropped. The tornado warning is no longer in effect for our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. So let's take a look across the state right now. I'm going to take off the counties, and we're going to look at this and see what's going on. Okay, so my folks up here in northwestern Arkansas, these storms are going to continue throughout your overnight hours. Everybody else across the state, Little Rock, Conway, Jonesboro, Fort Smith, over towards West Memphis, Jonesboro, Cave City, everywhere that has been impacted by severe weather in central or in eastern or in northeastern Arkansas, please rest assured that you can get some sleep. There's no ongoing tornado warnings for anywhere in the state right now. We are going to continue to keep an eye on everything, but right now the tornado warning has been dropped for our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. So what we're going to do is we are going to break away from coverage. That does not mean that radar updates will stop. We will have radar updates on Facebook. YouTube is 24/7. Roku is 24/7. And also our Fire TV is 24/7. As a matter of fact, I'm going to confirm because I have a Roku device right behind me. I'm going to confirm and make sure that there's no issues or anything like that. And it looks like we are solid. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to break away from coverage. Obviously, if another tornado warning gets issued, we will be here, and we'll continue to keep you guys updated right on your source for all things Arkansas weather.